believe how many people are here. It's amazing. So that tune you just heard is called Opening. As the set progresses, you'll realise that all 5 of the tunes that we're playing, the original, haven't got very inventive names really. So that one was called Opening. And the way it was written was, it was the first thing that we did actually as this lineup. And there's this little like free jazz tune / exercise that we used it as called Peripheral Visions. And we kind of did that, you know, it's really based on listening to the person opposite you rather than what's around you. And we did that as a group in every possible combination on each other's instruments as well for about 3 hours. And I recorded the whole thing and then went home and wrote that tune out of it. So yeah, that's Opening. The next tune. So we're going to continue with a tune called Influence. So I wasn't really sure what to write for this one, and I think there was me and a few others. We were just hanging out, playing some music, playing some drums. It was Luke and Luca, I don't know, I think most of you might know them. They had the trumpets out, and I happened to record it, and I went home and listened to the recording. And there was this really cool like rhythm, and it just inspired. It's nothing like that now, but it just triggered this tune that we're about to play. So yeah, this is Influence.
Thank
play Yijun. And also from Angus on drums. The next tune is called Chapter 3. Again, like I said, the names aren't very good. So I was thinking, if the third tune's called Chapter 3, what could I write it about? And I don't really know why, but being at college for the last 3 years, well, one, it's 3 years, and it also feels like the third chapter of my life. I'm not really sure why it feels like that, but it just does. So I thought, well, I'll start writing it, and I thought, well, the third saxophonist that I was really, really into was Wayne Shorter. So I thought, well, I could try and do it inspired by Wayne Shorter tunes. So I used Infant Eyes, which is a beautiful ballad that he wrote. So that's really inspired the harmony, and I've written a melody to go with it. So yeah, Yijun's going to take another solo on this. Then we're going to hear from Dan, who's on bass. Yeah, this is Chapter 3. So that was chapter 3. I think I've introduced everyone, but just again, because they're so amazing, we've got Yijun on piano. So, because I'm doing all original, it's all kind of in my head what each tune was about. And I was in the pub with, I think most people here know Jamie. So I was in the pub with Jamie, and he was asking me, what are you going to do for your recital? So I was telling him, he was, that sounds really cool, but like, what if you fall over and hit your head and forget all that information? So I've actually got, just in case that happens, I've actually got written down what all the tunes are about. So just in case I fall over, Jamie, it's there. So the next one, again, not a very good name, Floating Around. So I woke up at 3 a.m. about 6 months ago with this tune just in my head. I was like, I've got to write it down. And I wrote it down. It was a very rough sketch, and I actually took it to a different band first, and they were really pivotal in the development of this tune. And then we decided that we weren't going to play it in that band, and I brought it to these guys, and we really rehearsed it. And then I decided to name it Floating Around because the melody was originally just floating around in my head. And then secondly, it was because the final little bit of the tune, which it might take us a while to get there, but the final bit of the tune, I just felt like I was floating when I was listening to these guys play it. So I thought, I've just got to call it Floating Around. So that's our fourth tune, and then that's going to really nicely lead into the last tune of the set, which is called The End and the Beginning. So that tune was written using the original recordings that we took as a band that I wrote the first tune with. And I also thought it was kind of fitting, at the end of the set, for it to be the end. And it's just kind of been like, throughout third year at college, I've just kind of been convincing myself, no, this isn't the end of whatever something is, it's the beginning, Because I don't know why, I just felt like the end of something being in third year, but it isn't. And it's just taken some convincing. So I thought that tune could be just a reminder about that, really. So, yeah, enjoy it.